Hello and welcome to the video lecture on timers in 8051 microcontroller. In 8051 microcontroller, there are two timers slash counters. That means you can use them either as a timer or as a counter. Now let us see in detail how this operation of timers slash counter will take place in 8051 microcontroller. Timers are basically used for generating the time delays, and when we use them as a counter, then they are used for counting the external events which are happening outside the microcontroller. There are basically two timers which are both are 16-bit timers named timer 0 and timer 1. Both these timers we can either use them as a timer or as a counter. Now for operation of these counters or for activating and configuring both of these timers, we need some special function registers, and those special function registers are TMOD and TCON. TMOD stands for timer mode register and TCON stands for timer control register. Now there are two timer registers. First is called as a timer 0 register. This timer 0, as you can see, it is a 16-bit register which can be accessed as a low byte and high byte. The low byte register is called as a TL0 or timer 0 low byte, and high byte register is referred as a TH0, that is a timer 0 high byte. We can access these registers like any other registers like A, B, R0, R1, R2 like this. Then second one is the timer 1 register. This timer 1 is also a 16-bit register, and this 16-bit register is again split into 2 bytes, which is now referred as the TL1 and TH1. So which stands for timer 1 low byte and timer 1 high byte. And also these registers are accessible in the same way as the registers of timer 0. Now you can also see here the addresses, physical addresses for TH1 and TL1 are given. So these are the SFR addresses for these timers, so which you can also use in your instructions. Now just now I have told you that for activating and configuring the timers you need some special function registers, and the first register is a TMOD or timer mode register. The details about this register I am going to explain in my next video. So here I am just going to give you an introduction of the bits which are present in this 8-bit register. So the first bit, that is if we start from a D7, then first bit is a gate bit. Second is C/T. So C/T means it is a counter oblique timer. So it is for selecting either a counter mode or a timer mode. Then you have a M1 and M0. M1 and M0 are called as a mode select bits. So there are different modes of timers available. There are different 4 modes are there. So out of 4 modes, which mode you want to select, that you can select with the help of these 2 bits, that is M1 and M0. And again from D3 to D0, if you can see, there are same bits named gate, C, T, M1 and M0. So as it is 8-bit registers, the lower 4 bits are for timer or counter 0, and the higher 4 bits are for timer 1 or counter 1. So whatever you want to select, either timer 0 or timer 1, according to that you are going to set the bits of these registers accordingly. Second important register related to this is a TCON or a timer control register. So TCON or timer control register is again a 8-bit registers, but here we are only dealing with the upper 4 bits, that is TF1, TR1, TF0 and TR0. So this TF1 stands for overflow flag for timer 1. TR1 is very important bit, it is a timer run bit to start and stop the timer. TF0 is again an overflow bit for timer 0, and TR0 is again a timer run bit for timer 0. So we are going to deal with these 4 bits when we are dealing with a timer, and these rest 4 bits, they are for interrupt, they are used during the interrupt. So again more detail about TCON register I am going to explain in my next video. Now we'll focus on the internal diagram of a timer, how it works. So this is an internal diagram of a timer. So this is a crystal oscillator whose frequency is 11.0592 megahertz. So that frequency is internally divided by 12 and you will get some basic frequency on which the timer operates. So whenever you want to use the timer oblique counter in a timer mode, then you are going to put this setting, that is C comma T bar is equal to 0. So at that time this switch will be connected over here and we are using the crystal frequency. So whenever we are using the timer mode, then actually we are using the internal oscillator or internal crystal frequency. But when you want to use it as a counter, then in that case this switch will be on this lower position, and if you can see, then the input is coming from these external pins, because now this C comma T bar is equal to 1. So when you make C comma T bar is equal to 1, that means you are using this as a counter, and when you are using it as a counter, so you are actually counting the external events which are happening outside the microcontroller. That means you are going to apply the signal externally on the pins 3.4 or 3.5 of microcontroller 8051. So depending upon which counter you want to use, you are going to apply the pulses either on port pin 3.4 or port pin 3.5. So whenever you are using it as a counter, then we are using this external pins of the controller, physical pins of the controller, and when you are using it as a timer, then actually we are using the internal crystal oscillator frequency. So this is for selection, and whenever you want to control this, then this is a simple circuit. So there are some basic gates used in this circuit, and if you can see, the gate bit in the TMOD register and the TR bit in the TCON register are available here. So depending upon the position of gate, that means whether it is equal to 0 or 1, depending upon this INT 0 and the TR bit, it is going to control this timers oblique counter. So again, detailed working of this gate bit and TR bit I am going to explain in my incoming video. This TR is a timer run bit. So whenever you want to start your timer, you have to always keep this bit is equal to 1, and whenever you want to stop the timer, then at that time you have to make this bit is equal to 0. Okay, so TR bit is basically a controlling bit. So along with the TR bit, another signal is also required, but that depend upon what you are going to apply on this gate bit. Okay, so all these things I am going to explain in my next video. So this is what is a basic operation of the timer, and just I am going to introduce about the different modes of timer. So there are basically 4 modes: mode 0, mode 1, mode 2 and mode 3. When you put M1 and M0 equal to 0, 0, it is a mode 0, that is a 13-bit timer mode. When it is 0, 1, then it's a mode 1, which is a 16-bit timer mode. When it is 1, 0, it is a mode 2, which is a 8-bit auto reload mode. And when it is 1, 1, then it is a mode 3, which is called as a split timer mode. So in detail I am going to explain these modes again in my next video. So for that, please keep watching my channel, and if you like the video, then please subscribe to my channel and share the video with your friends. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.